keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Minus 1,000 flash will win apparet curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys.
Look
They're
at this, this is a
really
good one.
sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Kate.
Here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No,
Oh,
they
line's
like
good.
line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day. A job well done. Locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
And you conquered another game. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Last draw. 8th in.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the Mary Brown Center here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador for Draw 8 action. It is going to be Team John Shuster against Team Bruce Mouat. Should be a great battle. Bruce Mouat 1-0, undefeated in the Grand Slams here this season. And John Shuster sitting at 0-1, trying to avoid going down to that dreaded second loss. As we have Robbie Doherty introducing the teams here, and it was a packed house here earlier today as Team Gajou was once again the fan favorite. Big surprise here in St. John's, beating Reed Carruthers. So we'll let Robbie finish these introductions. My compadre Mike McEwen will be joining me shortly as well.
Take some editing, I think, after.
That would take a lot of editing, I believe, yes. Yes, we're in for a good one here. Bruce Mouat, John Shuster, and as I was saying just before you got here, Mike, for Bruce Mouat 1-0 in this slam, which brings their record in the slams this year to 14-0. That's really unlike anything we've seen. You just don't see teams get that hot exclusively at the slams.
Rachel, maybe?
Rachel, maybe. That's about it. And even then, she's had a few losses at the slams this year. She lost 2 games at the Tour Challenge.
I was thinking last season, potentially, she was on a run like that.
She was on a good run for sure, yeah. But in the men's game, we haven't seen it in quite some time. And obviously, you've played Bruce quite a bit this year. And, you know, what have you seen about them at this slams that has been so good?
Easy.
It's like running into a buzzsaw, to be honest. Yeah, it's they just make a ton of shots. They play their own game. They don't necessarily seem to be drawn into any sort of style that another team might try to sneak into play and draw them in. They just sort of, they have a game plan, and we've been watching tape on them, and they really do just, this is what we're gonna do and try to stop us. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, I love that. That's great. I mean, you know, I think when you and I were coming up, you know, you talked about as a team, did you want to play aggressive, defensive, or balanced? There wasn't like a, hey, let's carve our own lane for our own strategy. It was like, what you can play one of 3 ways, pick one.
Pick one per end.
As we get a look at Matt Hamilton wearing the hat cam there, that was more of the Colin Huffman butt cam there. But
he's a fine specimen.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's for the fans.
You'll see him scrubbing a lot of the Team Shuster stones tonight. One of the big men in the curling. There's becoming more and more players like that physique. It seems like that is honestly becoming kind of a little bit of a prerequisite for the team. So he's definitely filled that role for the American team, Team Shuster.
Yeah, he's been very good. Unfortunately, Team Shuster has not been that good this season overall. They're 0-1 in the slam so far. They're the lowest ranked team in this field, ranked number 20 on the year. They had a decent result in Okotoks making the final there, and I can't remember who they lost to in that final.
Yours truly.
Yes, exactly.
I had a good little stretch there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of your 3 wins in a row.
Yep.
And then they beat Guju. Not too many teams have a win over Brad this season, but they have one of them at the Pan Continental, winning the bronze. And then other than that,
Gushu's
4 DNQs.
Gushu's lost 3 games to us straight.
So there you go.
Just to set up tomorrow night.
You and Shusty. Well, yeah. Are you ready to be? Ready to be booed out of the building?
I'm ready to be a villain tomorrow.
Yeah, I love it. I know that for sure. So this is interesting here. We kind of saw the teams trade hits, and now finally with this rock being out of the house and just a little bit off the center line, Bruce Mouat's electing to draw around here.
I actually wasn't expecting that. I thought, you know, just by how the end started, that Bruce was just going to run through this and take the hammer into the second end. So
Bruce doesn't have the hammer.
Oh,
Shusty does.
Shusty does, sorry. See, this is the problem with me coming in late.
Well, you know, whatever. You got things to do. You were making ugly sticks earlier.
We were making ugly sticks.
Yeah. Probably comes a little more naturally to some curlers than others, since they were maybe...
Well, we were going up against some ladies teams, and I gotta say, wow. We were more like, let's get it done. This is functional, and
good enough.
You know, we had Flash. She's, you know, good contracting skills, but the ladies, wow, are they creative, artistic? Like I needed a couple of my daughters to help me out to make this thing look fancy. We got her done. I got to say, I was pretty impressed by some of the creativity of the ladies teams that took part.
Can't wait to see it. Perfect draw around made by Bobby Lammy. So Colin Huffman now going to try the run back, and he will get it out. Yes, he will, and it rolls to a center guard. So I would assume if Bruce was willing to go around that guard off the center line, he's willing to come around this one now that it's splitting center.
You got to set him, see, they want to go.
Yeah, no, the height's changed a little bit. It's come up. It's still a tight guard. So I think if this draw is made really well, we'll see Shuster try again to throw a run back and stick, which stick anywhere in the house sort of creates that situation where Bruce can't ignore it.
That was there.
Also in the first end, if you can manage the different weights in the inside track, making chases is very real. You can get a lot of finish on the stones, but the problem is, like, dialing in the weight and the forefoot lines early in the first 2 ends.
Seems like the weight's dialed in pretty good there for Grant Hardy. Makes the draw just above tee. And as you predicted, Mike, you're going to see the run back here. And
I don't think they're whipping it. We'll have to see. Might be more of a control.
Colin didn't whip it for sure. And yeah, it does look like for Chris Plies here, same thing. Almost like a 9-5-10 kind of run back weight here. Colin Huffman is right out of the hand. Almost nutted it, but
good result.
Yeah, good result. We'll roll a little bit off. Just a reminder as well, we do have a second commentary stream. We're trying that this week here for the Coyote National and the home team live team. So Tyler George and Chelsea Carey on the call for Matt Dunstone and Nicholas Sedin. The only thing that game will not have is player mics. So if you're keen on hearing the players, you'll have to stay here with me and Mike. But otherwise, all 4 games being streamed, but a second commentary stream tonight for Dunstone and Dean. So
now you can finally see who the fans like better, John Collin or Tyler George.
That's right. I want the stream data right away. And basically, I've already figured it out. If the stream has more views for me, then I know it's because of me. And if the stream has more views for Tyler,
it's because of your guest.
The fans just wanted to see the games better. They're just
like, or you didn't have the right guest.
No, I'd rather watch a Dean Dunstone. Doesn't have any. It's not personal with John. It's just a team thing, or that too. Yeah, I could blame it on you, but I wouldn't want to do that to you, Mike. I like you.
If they have to make this curl, there'll be lots of finish here. No problem.
Trying to bring that over.
I'll give you less. Like,
yeah, I think so. Yeah, 10.11.
I think I would guess they could get under this here. Looks like there's more than
enough
room.
Only need a couple inches low. This will be, like I mentioned, the first end. For whatever reason, just there's a little extra pebble. The ice is breaking in. I've definitely noticed, and we've seen it on our own sheet. I've seen it in some of the other previous game that commentated. You can over curl something with the brooms. You can actually get quite a bit of movement. A little bit unexpected if you're not careful.
Bobby Lammy trying to make this one dance. Bruce Mouat's first here in the first.
Whoa, go.
Might have to call whoa.
Okay. Pretty good.
Not enough under though where John needs to play the run back. He'll still be able to chase this and probably try to roll it over to the side of the 8-foot, get it away from the center. John will be happy with trying to get a blank, and the further he rolls this from the center guard, the more likelihood of that happening. Makes Bruce's shot a roll back into the middle that much further, that much more difficult.
John Shuster with the hammer here in first.
Yep, agreed.
Trying to find his way to a blank here, potentially.
It's going to be yours.
Easy, girl. All the way to it, Matt.
Get to the wing if you can. Really good.
I agree with Mr. Huffman. Really good.
Being 11.
Yeah, pretty much a perfect roll there.
So I didn't see you at the ugly stick making seminar.
I know. I saw the photos.
Do you already have your own?
Guess they didn't need a host or what? It's crazy. I think it's just. I don't know if this is for sure, but I think they have. This is just a rumor I've heard, but you can be too hot to make an ugly stick. And they just told me, you know what? If you're here, it'll be impossible to make an ugly stick. Everyone will be so distracted by your hand signals. So I think that's why they had to
terrible comedy going on here.
That's why they had to keep me on.
Hard roll.
Look at this. This is real life, brother. Oh, just over rolls. So it will be a blank attempt here for John Shuster.
It should roll out, I think.
Just real
Don't you think?
I was just impressed that there was no injuries. You know, we were using power drills, saws, hammers.
Were you actually using drills and saws?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
well, you got to attach that.
I thought it was just like a broomstick.
You got to attach that bolt or the
Right.
rubber boot
Right,
to the
the
broom.
boot, yeah.
Yeah, so we were drilling. You know, carriage bolt, washer, nuts, the whole bit. Nobody got hurt.
That's good. That's good to know. So final stone, John Shuster looking for the blank attempt. Colin Huffman on this right out of the hand.
Still got it. Gotta go, though.
And indeed, they do still have it. So Colin Huffman holds it straight enough. John Shuster will keep the hammer.
When you enjoy casual.
Mike, I have gotten the live reports from home team, and
Line's good.
the people like us more.
Hey,
Over you, Grant.
T. George,
Always Grant.
our numbers are up over here. I don't think he knows what I'm saying yet.
15-4.
You're just distracting him during his own game.
Yep.
Right? That's not on, is it? I mean, there's no line here, but. What do you think it is? Can we get on the other?
Okay, so we're going to have someone come out and take a look at the whether this rock is touching the center line or
There's
not.
no way. Can you stop our clock?
It's because it's right in the logo. It's going to be a visual call from the official at the just beyond the sheet. Kind of. There's no. We don't have a tool yet for that.
We got a few tools, but not one for that. So it was ruled that it was on, and so I'm going to guess that John Shuster probably wasn't going to be ticking it anyway.
We wanted to make sure, just in case Maddie got a
Just
little
in case
tight.
Maddie ticks it, yeah, exactly. In case Maddie ticks it by accident, it's good to know. Always good to have that option.
Ticked it on though.
Hey, that's Shusty knowing his guys right there, you know? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. 50-50 shot hammy clips this card.
I mean, to be honest, the throw cam, it looked good. It looked good.
It did look good on the throw cam, the hat cam.
Getting the view right from Matt Hamilton's eyes. Looked like a good throw.
10-5.
Yeah, the Matt Ham hat cam.
We got to work on a name for that cam.
You don't like hat cam?
Yeah, 11-1.
I don't know. I kind of like. What about the magic cam?
I think that's a different thing entirely.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure it's a sponsorable view. Maybe.
Oh, it's
maybe
definitely a sponsorable.
The sponsor might take the name of that cam.
Good point. The Penn and Teller Magic Mike cam.
Yeah, this is a great view. Don't get tired of seeing those little clips. It's very cool.
It is cool. I think where it's, for me anyway, as a fan, where it seems to be
10-5-0, baby.
really the most interesting is when you're calling the line in the house. Like, after you've called the shot, and especially for you because you crouch when you, typically on a hit especially, you crouch when you're getting ready to call line. So you get a sense of like exactly kind of what the thrower's seeing, especially if it's like a hit through the port. To me, that's been the most interesting use of it so far, or at least just watching it.
And it probably makes the shot look harder.
For sure. Well, exactly. I think it gives the viewer an appreciation of like, oh, that is a really tight port. That's a really nice hit and roll there from Bobby Lammy.
Good weight, Cole. 12. Why keep the center? Right? Out turn. Should curl a little.
runner here for Colin Huffman.
Pretty close to dead on the nose would make this.
Hard! Shooter! Roll the shooter, Matty.
Oof.
Good, it's fine. It's good. Fine.
Scared it.
Yeah. That's good. That's fine. That's good. That's fine. That's what you like to hear from your team generally. Convincing themselves. It just unfortunately doesn't get rid of both, but it's not, I mean, it's not a horrible result with considering where that Mouat stone is.
No, it's still early in the end. You'd probably like to see if they take on the runner again, like to see it made now versus getting too far into the third shot.
Halfway, just short of that.
Just so it gives John time to maybe turn to some offense. Especially given this is the second end. I'm sure he'd love to have an opportunity to score a couple. This is not a good guard.
No, it isn't. Quite high from Bobby Lammy and over curling. And John does have that corner guard there now, so chance to pounce. We saw that Mouat is not invincible. Lost a couple games at the Euros, including the finals, losing that one to Mark Moskowitz. Germany's first major title in 20 years. Pretty good.
Was they last in 20? They won the Europeans, or was that like a world championship?
No, Europeans. I don't believe the Germans have ever won a world championship for the men.
Maybe only played in a final.
Yeah, I think Andy Cap did make the final one year.
Fine.
Let me look, and then I will inform you.
They definitely had a few good runs.
Oh, for sure. Andy Cap had a few really good runs. Yeah, his son Benny now, of course, on Mark Moskowitz's team.
Just into it, honestly.
Yeah, we had Germany in the final in 1983. Keith Wendorf losing to Ed Wernick. And then West Germany again in 87, losing to the Howards, Roger Schmidt. Those are curlers I've never even heard of in my life, to be honest with you.
There's Andy Cap.
Yeah, Andy Cap with a bronze in 94, 95, lost the final in 97 to Peja Lindholm. And then Sebastian Stock lost the final in 2004 to Peja Lindholm. Andy Cap with another bronze in 05.
I don't remember that Stock team.
No, lost the final to Glenn Howard in 07. So Germany's had some good runs for sure. But yeah, no world gold.
No, I know, I'm just...
On the men's side, and same on the women's side. 5 silver, 5 bronze. Oh no, that's just men's. Hold on, let me check the women's.
Oh, they definitely have some gold in women's. 2 or 3 perhaps.
Easy! Whoa! Just cleaning. Girl!
Actually, Dawn's...
Get straight!
I'm fairly sure I'm right, but Dawn's good friend Melanie. Melanie Robillard.
Yeah, Robillard, yeah, they won with Andrea Schopp in 2010.
Yeah. So,
and Schopp also won in 1988. So winning in 88 and 2010. How's that for a stretch?
Yeah, Dawn McEwen's a former junior teammate, actually, back in when she was in Ottawa before I somehow convinced her to come to Winnipeg. But, yeah, kind of a little interesting fact. Canadian with dual.
Yeah,
playing for Germany and winning a world title.
Yes.
I played with his brother Sebastian. We had less good results than that. Anyway, the game at hand here is looking like a potential force here for Bruce Mouat. And nice shot there from Grant Hardy to get that one onto the rings.
I think so. It's in.
A little bit of a dangerous stone in that it sort of collapses the center on John.
Seems right. I like that. I think with board you can roll in for shot. Okay. Maybe even 11. Okay.
And I think that's what they're discussing. Like, are we actually going to leave that there? Choosing to play a little board way hit and roll. I think I tend to agree. Things might have got kind of uncomfortable and condensed had they chosen to ignore that.
Whoa, straight.
Colin Huffman trying to bring this one over, but unable to do so. Just hits it on the nose. Does leave a corner guard, though.
I'm not exactly sure.
Potentially a runner on a, maybe on John's last shot or something like that if there's an opportunity.
Top 4 just briefly. Bruce, the more you get there, he's going to double.
The hard part is with the center guard so high.
It's really tough.
It's and you see where they're tapping. They're actually talking about curling around the center and continuing to come out the other side, sort of staggering in that hole between the, like, over curling between the yellow center and the red tight guard. Because there's really nowhere to hide around the high center. You can pretty much nose a rock anywhere in the rings around that center guard because of the height difference.
So the first stone for Bruce Mouat here in the second end, already lying 1, looking to lie 2.
Back 4! Roll that.
T! T line! Line's good. T back 4! Back 4!
Sweepers think it's a little heavy here.
Back 8!
Nothing at all from Hammy and Lammy. This one needs to slow down in a hurry.
Back 8.
You don't see Bruce miss too much on draw weight there, but if you're going to miss one, that's probably not a bad one to do it on.
Tough for him to pick that, right?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I guess if he gets all the way to it, it's the only issue. I mean,
it's kind of a situation where.
That's probably maybe better.
Not a huge miss by
I
any
don't want to
means.
sit over here so we can come in this way.
Actually, kind of a little bit difficult for John to follow down to it, and probably needs to get pretty close to it.
I had 13-5 on that. I think Edge is a little close.
I think that's what Shuster's called is to basically follow.
Ideal is freeze or a 6 inches short.
Follow Bruce down.
T-line, top side of it.
Yeah, you don't,
top side of Tia here?
Yeah, you don't really need to commentate John Shuster's games.
No.
He'll do it for you. You just let his mic run the whole game and you're good. But yeah, you heard him say that he doesn't think if they draw it down there that Bruce has a pick. So that was his main concern, was just kind of getting it in the vicinity, and then obviously you got to be shot. But figuring with where those guards are that Bruce wouldn't be able to pick it out. But yeah, follow down here for John Shuster.
Easy, that's good. 7. Right off legs. Room. 7. Room. It's gonna be curl.
A little heavy right now.
Just let it grind.
Yeah, this looks quite heavy actually.
Let it grind.
Bruce's did come down at the end a little bit.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Matt Hamilton seeming to suggest this one might too.
Yep, Matt. Pretty good.
And that does settle in basically the same spot. So good shot there from John Shuster. Did look a little hot at the hog line though.
Good result, buddy.
We have heard it's getting a little. Sorry to cut you off, but we have heard it's getting a little sludgy in the middle. Is that your read of the ice as well so far after 2 games?
I think as we go throughout the day, and we're the night draw now, air temperature in here is a bit warmer. I find that is a tendency late in the day, that the glide changes. That's a fair kind of assessment, but I think that's kind of the norm. From the morning to the night, you just won't see that sort of follow through, that glide at the end of the shot than you would, say, the 8 and noon draws.
Yeah, we know that if it does get a little sludgy, it's going to have more of an effect at night, like you said. 4th draw of the day here at the Slam. And I mean, it'll not only have more of an effect, but it'll happen earlier in the game, right? If you have ice conditions where it's maybe going to get a little slower in the middle, and the early draws, you might not see that happen until end 5 or 6. But on a late draw, this might be something you're dealing with now.
Yeah, I think you're bang on with that, John.
So final stone here for Bruce Mouat, trying to freeze here. Got to be shot. And indeed they are, so very nice. And I don't know that John Shuster has anything for 2 here. I think it's just a draw for 1.
No, he even released it, so there's no opportunity of really like some sort of run back where the red would get caught back there and he could squeeze something out for 2. He was actually able to move that for fun. So I think it's a draw the button for the single.
Really similar.
Okay. Yeah, as long as we get to there. We have 3 more inches of ice, but we shouldn't get to there.
Yeah, if John gets to the corner here, that'll be no trouble for 1, but not easy. Final stone, John Shuster.
Pretty good bump, though.
Yep, same man. We're there.
Much bigger bump. Easy. All you guys, line's good.
So John Shuster indicating he gave it an ad out of his hand. We'll see if it catches that curl that the previous stones did.
Do we need it? Yeah, I'd like it.
Don't mess this up, Maddie. We got we got the perfect view.
Yeah, great shot there from John Shuster. Well managed by Hamilton and Huffman. We'll get our first look at Bruce Mouat with the hammer right after this.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Goldline's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared. I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Three. Where you at? Three. Maple Leaf.
So how about coming back to that that nice little shot there from Matt Hamilton, Eras Tour bracelets and all, letting that one go, and yeah, really pretty good end from both teams there in the second, but it was Bruce Mouat making that great little freeze and small tap on his last one, forces John to one, and we'll see what Bruce has to offer with the hammer here in the third.
Line's good.
I predict this will be two
really
shots
good.
in a row that'll be interns for Hammy.
Get close.
So if they can get the right
Can't
guard height here, they'll come right around.
Right seat.
Possibly regardless of what John does.
16-7.
We'll see. We'll see if
gave
they're
us,
that predictable.
You gave us that scouting report in Nisku that Hammy prefers the intern, as we get a look at Matt Hamilton's intern right there.
That corner guard is higher than they would have liked that, though. So sitting as we look at it about halfway, probably would have liked that another 2 to 3 feet tighter.
Yeah, they swept it most of the way. It seemed like Hammy might have pulled the string a little bit. You heard Bruce say a really good sweep, so I think it was a little heavier than they wanted, and or a little lighter, and this is a little heavier than they wanted for Matt Hamilton.
We'll see if they ignore the middle, which I think they will. See, watch, I'm going to compile all this predictability.
Yep.
And then we're going to go play them next.
Yeah, there you go.
Going to change things up on us.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to anticipate they're going to play one way and one way only, and then do the opposite.
Line's really
Yeah,
good.
you guys got that big Briar rematch tomorrow night, 8 p.m. under the lights with Brad Gajou, and I believe that'll be the Sportsnet feature game as well.
You get it in.
So that's going to be exciting for you guys. I know you said you're ready to be the villain, but you know, how do you prepare for that in an arena like this? 7,000 people who all hate you. You know, that's probably not a feeling you're super familiar with. Is that something you guys are even talking about, or you're just like, yeah, we're excited to do it. Who cares?
Yeah, well, fortunate, not for everybody on my team, but I've already played in this building under those circumstances.
Sure. Yeah, fair.
So I'm a little bit aware of what the feeling could be and what that environment might be like. But honestly, it gets me excited to play, and I think my whole team is excited for the energy in the crowd, even though. About 99% of them are against us. But, you know, the Newfoundland fans have been great. They've come up to us, and it's always, oh, we're cheering for you when...
Yes,
right,
yes.
You know, we seem to, you know, I guess, you know, our little bit of a Briar run last year, kind of, you know, we're feeling like sort of the team that a lot of the Newfoundland fans respect, and feeling the love too, actually, just not when we're playing Brad.
Well, I was out with the run back here for Bobby Lammy that he drives by. You don't usually see him miss both the rocks in the house there. But I was hanging out with the Ross White boys yesterday, and they were saying that that's been kind of the funny thing, that they have been feeling the love around town. People recognize them on the street, but everyone seems to make sure that you know that they like you, but they like Brad more. They always want to tell
sure
you that.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they said. They're like, we haven't met a single person who's just been like, hey, I'm a big fan.
Yep.
It's always, hey, I'm a big fan.
But just so you know.
Just so you know, I like Brad more than you. It's like, okay, yeah, good. I understand.
That just gives you a sense of how much the community is invested into curling.
For
like
sure.
That is really cool.
Split center if you can, Maddie.
Just a great place to come and compete.
Yeah, no question about it. And I believe tomorrow night is also the GSOC kitchen party where fans are being encouraged to bring their ugly sticks, and I think we're going to have like some fiddle players and stuff. And I don't know. It's going to be a whole big thing tomorrow night. So if you're anywhere near
it's going to be a
St.
hostile
John's,
environment for me. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, you're in trouble, buddy. Yeah. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to the rest of this game as well as. Now Bobby Lemmy being forced to draw here.
Yeah, a little bit of, again, guard heights really matter, and that is too high.
Gotta go, Javi.
This is flirting with that guard, though.
This is not running. Whoa, what happened here?
All over that guard.
Did that pick?
I don't think so. They were calling it out of the hand. It just looked like Bobby didn't get it right, and now those two John Shuster stones are double guarded.
That's like a minus in percentage score. If you can give out one,
that's tough. Yeah, that's a minus. That's a minus
we
2.
might need that. We'll talk to the stats guys.
That's true. I agree with you.
Or Team Schuster. Somebody got a bonus point on Team Schuster.
It's one way or the other. There needs to be some way of clarifying what just took place there. Yeah. This is a chance here, Chris Plies. If you can make this really good, this is going to be not easy for Team Mouat to find their way back into this end.
Gotta go wide, straight! Oh, I don't know. Oh, you touched that guard.
And Chris Plies pulls the string there as well, but it is now double guarded.
I think they're talking about just maybe the yellow got just shifted over a touch by Huffman's foot. Not much though.
He's been kicking everything so far. Said in the first end on the blank attempt, he forgot the center guard was up and almost fell over it.
Rocks can disappear in logos.
The big Coyote logo for sure, especially the red rocks. They get blended in with that maple leaf there. So Grant Hardy's going to have to do some impressive cleanup here, trying a double run back.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3. Ooh. That's pretty darn good from Grant Hardy. Schuster still lying to 1. They needed that one though, Mikey.
Tap it.
Still not great.
Tap. Yeah.
But they needed that one.
Yeah, it's better.
It's better for sure.
Pretty much the same as draw path, so.
Back 8.
You know,
What's that?
I had how this end was in how I envisioned this end going, and it just completely blew up. I did not foresee this type of chaos, which is makes it lively for us commentating.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't see big misses out of Team Mouat too often, or certainly we haven't at Slam so far this year, but they were getting a couple of them here, and
almost boring too good.
Truly.
Keep going.
Yeah, when you're beating Brad Guzzi like 10-3 in the final of a Grand Slam, people don't usually see that too often. Really nice there from Chris Plies. Maybe would have liked to tap that a little deeper, Mike.
I think so. A little bit more space. We'll see what Bruce takes on here. Has a couple of options. You can play the run on the nose, try to make the double in the house. So they're basically tripling out the reds. Looks like he's going to promote his own instead.
Can you push that one in too?
Which I love this shot. In that he can remove one of the reds and open up a path to the second red at the back of the house. Sort of give himself a way into the middle.
9.
So I tried to hit about,
half.
I was just going to say about a half.
Almost 2/3.
So thick half, and you heard Bruce say 9-5. So again, they're not whipping this, just a
normal waiter.
Controlled run back. Yep.
9.
I'm still old school. I use names.
Yeah, fair.
Names for weights.
Yeah, 9-5, like easy.
Yes. Whoa.
Looks exactly thick half.
Just like that.
Open up the path to the back one.
And sit second shot. Yeah. Pretty nice. I mean, still good for Shuster here. You make a good draw. You're still feeling pretty good here, I think.
My draw button last end, right? Basically.
I think we can finish it all day.
Yeah.
I think we just go full forward.
Yeah, taking about 1/3 of the 12-foot to come into the center line. So there's plenty of movement that they're anticipating with this draw. Which that is a great indication of the ice that we're playing on this week. When we're taking into the 12-foot and getting to the button, that is beautiful ice for most of these curlers. I think that's what we like to see. Good speed and about that amount of curl into the button.
Oh wait, that was kind of soft. So you heavy clean it.
Feels heavy to me.
Line's got room. 7. Stay with it though. It's getting a little tight.
First rock for John Shuster. Looking to apply some pressure.
Just leave it, Matt. Make room for 3, I guess, maybe. There's room for 2, I guess.
Great line, but
just heavy.
Just that, instead of being at the back 4, just take that rock and move it sort of that same ring distance from the button and put it
You think
above.
this is here?
Unfortunately, that's just a couple, 2-3 feet heavy.
I don't mind it if you like it.
Yeah, I don't think there's room for 2 if I go here. Yeah, definitely force. I think that's your best shot to keep the 2 alive.
They're actually talking about right now, John, how far to come in so that there's enough room for Bruce to actually make a shot for 2.
I think this is really tough.
Versus if they get the height wrong and John comes right on top of them, would they be able to have enough room to actually get a second counter? They're talking about what weight are we throwing into this pocket.
That was just the thunder rolling into Mary Brown Center. You don't have to worry about that. It's raining in here.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Those microphones get in the hoodies sometimes, and you shift wrong, and all of a sudden you're hearing crazy sounds. So trying to make room, trying to leave room for 2 here is Bruce Mouat. We'll come down to these 2 red stones that are counting.
Rescoot, puck line!
Come!
Oh! Rescoot! Whoa!
Come!
Whoa!
Clean!
Straight!
Whoa!
Puck line!
Whoa! Clean!
Puck line!
Straight now! Whoa!
Usually when it's curl straight, curl straight, curl straight, that means it's pretty good. And that is indeed pretty good.
That's when you can joke, hey, somebody could have said clean.
Yeah, exactly. What's the happy medium between those two? It's probably clean.
Back line or back, you know what I mean? Like,
Did that maybe overroll a bit? Did it create an angle here for John?
Not to throw anything hard at it.
No.
Well, we saw he could easily dig anything. We have to stay on this rock. Because I think if we stay on the nose, we're safe.
I think John actually needs to
I think
push
if I throw
this.
you the same thing I just threw you and we actually speed up, do you think I can
Well,
stay on the nose?
he could.
Let's do it then, same room.
He could perfectly freeze to it. I sort of envisioned him actually releasing this and staying on the yellow, just kind of moving his red out of the way, so Bruce would be, any sort of impact.
You want a tiny bit more weight?
Bruce would lose the yellow.
Yeah, okay. I'll be back line. I think room's fine.
Good. So I think they are talking about moving it with back line.
Back line. Yep, for
it's
sure.
Not coming unlocked off there. He's not getting to it.
So you heard John say himself, again, we don't have to say anything. If he unlocks this red from the back, he thinks that there's no way of Bruce scoring 2.
Yep, I got about line straight.
Last rock for John Shuster. Third end.
Okay. Easy. Close, yep. Weight's good.
Gotta move this red enough. Weight looks close. Do they have the right line here?
They do.
That's very nice from John Shuster. Exactly what they called, and as predicted, I don't think there's any way for Bruce to score 2 here. This is not a gimme 1 either, Mike.
Basically same weight.
No, he has enough room just to tap it a couple inches, but no, not
looks more your last one.
not as easy as it looks.
basically just
From up here, everything looks pretty darn makeable.
Yep, absolutely. I've made every shot this week. So final stone, Bruce Mouat.
Easy.
Clean. Yep.
Needs to get just inside of this red. Score one.
T. Still got room. Close.
T. Bobby Lammy thought it was light out of the hand, I think.
Back four.
Should be good. And no mistake made for Bruce Mouat. So it is indeed one. We got a tie game. John Shuster will have the hammer when we come back.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you enjoy casual.
A few uncharacteristic mistakes for Team Mouat in the third end leads to only a score of one, and we've got a tight game here at the Mary Brown Center in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. It is 1-1. John Shuster and Bruce Mouat. John Shuster with the hammer here in the fourth, and
Line's really good.
I find, John, the game just flies by for me up here.
Yeah.
You know, we're already in the fourth end.
We're already in the fourth, man. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just agonizing out there the whole time when I'm on the ice. It feels so long. Up here, it's like, wow, this is just flying by. Yeah.
I agree. Well, it was funny. I just commentated the game before this between Isabella Vrona and Stefania Constantini, and I was messaging with Maria Larsson after the game, and she was like, I said, oh, great game, awesome. And she's like, oh, it was so intense. I can't believe how crazy it was up there. And I was like, I don't even remember it being intense. I mean, it went to an extra end, but I was just having fun the whole time. I was like, yeah, I guess it was intense. Probably if I was playing in it, I would agree. I probably would have felt like it was intense, but yeah, you're right. It has a way of flying by up here. That's for sure.
Yeah, time exists in a different way.
Absolutely. Yeah, there are a lot of different ways you can spend 2 hours, and some of them go a lot faster than other ways. That's for sure.
Good.
Well put.
Yeah.
Hammy touched another guard, the same outturn spot. Curling loss for him.
Yeah, I wonder if it's maybe a rock issue.
Hammy is in Matt Hamilton. I don't mean the other Hammy.
Yeah. Hammy versus Hammy. You got two Hammies and a Lammy.
Yeah.
I think that was a show on Scottish TV for 10 years.
I love this POV shooting view.
Yeah.
For Hamilton, I'm kind of jealous. I got to get some wrist candy if I'm gonna wear this shooting.
We haven't really commented on Hammy's deep V out there tonight
look
either.
at this. He's got a nice couple bracelets there.
Yeah, he's got a few bracelets going on, and he's got the deep V showing off the cleavage. Look at that thing.
And there.
Holy.
Oh man.
You might have to get one of those little censoring black bars just across, just make sure that nothing gets exposed that shouldn't.
You just go and nose it for one.
That's not bad from Matt Hamilton. Rolls out the back.
Oh, did he sneak that out of the rings?
I think so, yeah.
There we go. Spin out.
That is out.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to employ my oldest daughter to make her dad some cool bracelets. I don't even know what's cool anymore, so I'll maybe leave that up to her. See if I can come back to the slam in Guelph with something shiny on the wrist.
I would love that, yeah.
See what I can do.
Well, you also, I feel like, your older daughter's probably of the, bracelet making age.
Yep.
She could maybe get you something going.
She's Well, I don't have much, not much artistic vibes going through me, but she definitely has it in the family. So
that's good.
I'll leave it up to her.
Okay,
See if I
good.
can come up with something.
Is she a Swiftie? Does she like the?
Oh,
yeah.
yes, yeah, loves that too.
Okay, so there you go. Just tell her I need a I need a few Swiftie
Dad
bracelets.
needs some help.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad needs some help. Dad's wrist is.
He's gonna be throwing with this cam on. He's got to look good.
Exactly. Yeah. The magic cam won't be very magical if those wrists stay bare. What about the deep V though? You think is that going to be your also your move or no?
I feel like you got to grow out your hair like Matt Hamilton to rock that. That's
yeah.
Like he's put together like
You need a
chest
patch.
up.
Yeah, you need a patch there for sure.
Definitely. You know, deep V, at least have to have a mullet. Obviously, Matt Hamilton's gone much further than that.
Good point. Yeah, it fits his vibe. I don't know if it would fit your vibe or not.
It looked like it was trying too hard, I think.
Fair.
But Matt doesn't look like he's trying too hard. That's Matt.
The crowd goes wild as Matt Dunstone makes a very nice double. He is currently trailing Nicholas Edin 3-0, however. Dunstone has the hammer in 3. We've got James Craik playing Joel Retornaz in a defensive battle. Retornaz is leading that one 1-0. Craik with the hammer in 4. And Magnus Romsfjell and Brad Jacobs exchanging ones. They're also in the 4th end, Jacobs with the hammer. All games available on Home Team Live. And Edin and Dunstone also has commentary from Tyler George and Chelsea Carey.
I know. Notice Ramsdale's back to 4 players.
Yes, Gauta, I believe, was on the bench yesterday. I don't know what happened. Maybe a little some jet lag, some tummy trouble. Who knows? A case of the bubble guts. I don't know. No one told me anything. I just know that he was not out here yesterday, but back today, sporting a fisherman's toque. So maybe that's to keep the warmth in, the illness out. I will say I'm liking Martin Sessaker's Norway hat that he's got going on.
It's a running hat.
Yeah, it's like a running hat, but it's got the. Again, you talk about things that I could never pull off.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, he's got that sort of like down at the docks in Oslo vibe to him, where you can kind of pull that hat off. It would look for me like I was trying too hard. No question about it.
I'm lucky I can wear a flat beat.
Either way, I don't think we want to roll buried,
as
right?
cool as I can get.
Anything but
we're
stuffing
struggling
it.
for
Make the
relevance.
double. If you roll this way, though, probably easier. You can roll there.
So another pretty wide open end. It seems like whenever John Shuster has the hammer, they're keeping it fairly simple, and it's been working out for them. I mean,
I like that.
You keep now it close to you, right? They've been blowing out so many teams. You know, the other stat, I gave you the 14-0 stat, and they're currently outscoring their opponents across these 3 slams now, 91-37. So that's a lot to a little. I'm not great at math, but
I wonder how often they're starting games with hammer as well.
Right, that makes a huge difference.
I would suspect it's very high, the percentage, which gives them control early. And John's managed to keep control of this game.
I think he does.
High 11s! Yep, 11-5 almost!
Easy.
Clean! 11-5!
Curl. Whoa.
Clean! Clean!
Curl.
All the way to that, though.
No problem there
11-5, yeah.
for
Probably
Bobby
hair
Lammy. Oh no, Grant Hardy, sorry.
Thanks, Grant.
Good, buddy.
There's something under that. Looks like Chris might have shook it free. Saw him make that little jab move. He sensed something was under the rock, so
Keep pushing,
it did look like he was able to shake it out.
All right, clean.
Yeah,
That actually does work.
Yep. Yeah, you can shake it out. For
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. If something gets on the edge of the running surface, and you kind of like jiggle that rock around, and sometimes it'll break free. Could just be something very small, but enough that the player feels it. And if you can make that adjustment quick enough, you can save a shot. Sometimes it won't. It won't come out. Whatever got underneath the running surface. But good job by Chris Pies with the shot,
totally.
actually.
Made
Like,
a
that was
really good shot, yeah. And it definitely there was something because Bobby Lammy went and cleaned that spot after, so they obviously noticed it as well.
That was a touch kind of, accurate down weight little chase, and
yeah,
great recovery by Chris Pies.
So they are still probably heading for a blank unless Bruce Mouat can make a really good roll here, although this is only his first.
Keep going, Curl.
And they do get a bit of a roll, but it's not fully buried, and I do wonder if we'll see John Shuster try to roll as far away as possible. You just have to be careful not to jam here.
With no corner guards and just the one center, this does look like a situation where John's not going to do anything too aggressive. Even though it's a fourth end, and as a team with the last rock, you would love to score this end if there's a good opportunity, but just the way things are looking, the setup of this end, there's not really a great situation for John to go for it. I think he's obviously at this point in the end just thinking, can I generate a blank and see if we can set something better up after the half.
First stone, John Shuster. Looking to hit and roll and avoid the jam. That really didn't roll too far, so there's a potential here for Bruce Mouat, and we're not even talking force, we're talking potential steal, I think.
We are.
I thought you said it was down.
Because they weren't able to get that probably 2-foot roll away. What that would have done is also got the depth behind the tee line, so any roll that Bruce makes is at least behind the button. Now Bruce I think he can roll right about on the pin.
Yeah. Yeah, if he makes this, you're probably forcing a run back out of John for the blank.
That or a soft weight chase and still forcing a score.
So final stone for Bruce Mouat. Bobby Lammy trying to bring this one over here, really leaning on it.
Long way to go.
Yeah.
Keep going. Right to it.
Really leaning on it. Does it have any roll? No, it doesn't. So John Shuster may be dodging a bullet there, as he will have an open hit for the blank. So the final stone of the first half of the game, John Shuster chasing a blank.
Yep.
Colin Huffman on this right away. He just narrowly got the blank in the first. Is he doing the same here? No, he's not. So an unforced error for John Shuster. He will be forced 2-1. But he does have a 2-1 lead. Bruce Mouat will have the hammer after our 3-minute fourth end break. Don't go anywhere.
This is the Cornwall Curling Club. It's my home club. I started curling here when I was 7 years old. I decided to stick with curling because I really enjoyed the small team environment. I curled with the same girls from the time I was 9, basically until the end of juniors. So getting to form those friendships with my teammates was really special to me.
I started curling because of my grandparents, and both my parents curled and my brother, so it was just like a whole family thing. And when you walk into the curling club in Truro, Nova Scotia, and everyone greets you, and it's such a warm environment, and it's fun. After school, we'd go, and all of our friends would be there, so it was just like such a fun environment. And I got to curl with some of my closest friends growing up, so it really helped me keep in the game, and we all had the same goals.
I know what curling has done for our family, the opportunities it provided for both my girls. Nationally, we've got to see travel the world. It's just a great sport. It's a small community. People, at all levels, everybody knows each other. It's kind of a unique sport that way.
It's a sport that enables him to build his confidence and to make friends while doing something that he really enjoys.
right now at the age that they're at, it's just awesome to see where they come here and they see their friends at the curling club and the stuff they do off the ice too, and smiles and hanging out and just enjoying their time with friends.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
I was straight here. Maple Leaf. I was straight.
Hello, curling
That's gonna
fans,
be
and
okay,
welcome
but it's
back
always
inside
straight.
the Mary
Stay down if
Brown
you can.
Center here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador.
Just power clean straight.
Home Team Live's continuing coverage of the Coyote National, the third
buddy.
event on the Grand Slam of Curling calendar. John Cullen alongside Mike McEwen with you for this Draw 8 matchup between Bruce Mouat and John Shuster. And we headed into break with a bit of an unforced error, Mike. John Shuster had a chance for a relatively straightforward blank and unfortunately beaked it. And now maybe, you talked about Shuster being in control for a lot of the first half. I wonder if this just gives Mouat that boost to get back in control of the game.
Yeah, not awful leading after halfway after the fourth even end, but I think this is for John and his team. We'll see if they can have a good fifth end after that kind of that is a little bit deflating after having a relatively straightforward blank, keeping the hammer, staying in control, and having that kind of go away uncharacteristically. This is a big end for them. I think that to have a good outcome in order to kind of jump back in the driver's seat in the sixth end.
I think you can go. Still need a knife, if nothing else. Gotta go. 4-6. You gotta go.
So good opener from Hammy just in the top button. Matt Hamilton trying to follow with a freeze here.
Yeah, he gets right in there with that cam. I love it.
He didn't help that shot.
He's all in with the cam today. Like I've worn it, and it's actually a pretty good weight. It's weighted well, but it does hug your head a little bit. So just with Matt sweeping, that can be a bit warm. There's even a fan in there, John. Like I'm not sure all the technology's on set. There's battery pack. There's something sending the signal up here. But yeah, so there's a fan that will kick on when the components get a little too hot.
Okay, nice. Does it do anything to cool you down?
No,
or
it's just a buzzing, annoying sound. But
well, that's the wrong time to clip the guard there, especially with Matt Hamilton's shot not being that great. And we've seen Hammy McMillan struggle a little bit this game. Uncharacteristic. I mean, I know we say that. It feels like any time Bruce Mouat misses, that's just how good they're playing. Anytime they miss, you go, huh, really, they missed. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, not Hammy's best game, that's for sure. And
not a shot where he needed to be that close.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, for sure.
To the center.
With the way that Matt Hamilton missed that one. Yeah, exactly. I think you're bang on.
You have to go. Line will be good.
Sounds like Plies and Hammy think this one's maybe a little light.
All the way, Chris. Straight out, straight.
I might have to get those numbers that
keep moving it.
Hammy's throwing. Maybe those are some mismatched stones.
Yeah,
that is a possibility, though.
Unfortunately for Colin, that not only misses, but it over curls enough where you can still, get in there.
Oof.
That's a really tough one for Colin Huffman there. Pulled the string at the wrong time.
But overall, the set of stones across the sheet, these are very good stones, but there are some differences. Maybe the one odd one here or there that tells more. And the best teams will figure it out.
Yeah.
That's why we don't throw them 1 to 8.
no, that's pretty rare. Pretty rare that you see that, that's for sure.
I throw a lot of 2 7s.
Oh yeah.
Seems like I get rid of my 8 rock a lot.
Well, I don't know if that means your 8 rocks are all bad or you're missing your last shot a few times a game.
Yeah.
Must be the 8 rock boys.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to get rid of that one.
Yeah, get it out of his hand, out of his head.
Get it out.
Thing.
Yeah, totally. Now, are you know, I know some teams actually like to have one rock that they know curls.
Sure.
You know, are you in that boat as well?
Depends on the ice conditions.
I mean, this comes in, they might just be lying 2 frozen here.
I would say these are ice conditions
might not be
where
horrible.
I probably wouldn't need it or want to throw one that curled more.
As it stands, being second's not terrible.
But definitely,
You know,
in situations that can be a weapon. Knowing exactly what rocks do and having one that maybe curls a half rock more. You're just enthused with this view.
Yeah,
but for
like,
sure,
that looked like virtual reality, but it was just
it did.
You're just talking to Colin Huffman.
Yeah.
He's a side quest. You have to talk to Colin and figure out where in Alaska you got to go to find the buried treasure.
But for sure, I know some of the big Canadian greats were either Glenn Howe or Kevin Cooey were notorious for having a cutter, that they would throw in the back end to make shots that you couldn't.
Right.
And that's just all part of managing the game. So definitely, something that teams do look for in certain situations.
Or we can go do the center, whatever you think. Yeah, done? Yeah. No, he's not.
This is Speaking of situations, this is a bad situation. Does John just try to blast this and carry on with the game?
We stay frozen on this side. These
Try
both
to make
go.
some
If we
doubles in the
smash this, it
house,
goes
double
doom,
rip
doom,
these
doom, and
centers,
flying out. I think it's just here.
Throwing them back into the pile. I don't know,
Right
John.
to
What
it,
do you
Gong.
think?
Just bite forward.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel he's in a bad situation.
Yeah, with where that Bobby Lammy stone ended up, you're right. Like, I don't know what freezing on top of this stone does for you exactly, other than maybe limits the eventual damage. Like, it's tricky, and it's one, obviously every shot is important, but this does feel like a must make. If you ever tick off here, you're in real hell. So to me, I feel like I personally
would try to start bailing now.
I don't love to have a must make on my second. If I can.
That's what this feels like.
Yeah, exactly.
Or we're getting close to that.
Yeah. If I can help it, I don't like it. And that's has nothing to do with Colin Huffman. That's just in general. It just.
Well done.
I mean, that's good shot, pretty close to where they wanted it. But yeah, to me, I'm always like, if I need a must make out of my second, it better be like the last end or the extra end where you're going. Okay, we need some kind of outcome.
Or you try this.
But yeah, this is interesting for Bruce now because you sort of go, this situation's all pretty good for us.
Yeah, it's hard to get anything else in there though.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe that was the bonus of Colin Huffman's shot there.
He really did make that was looking like kind of we need to put it in here.
That's better than this anyway.
And it's on second stone, otherwise.
I really want to open that up more for them.
You just make it double cool.
Yeah, try and roll here.
So I don't like playing this hack waiter and he kind of knows freezes.
Yeah.
He's got 2 on top of you and it's horrible.
Try and roll to here anyway.
I think so. You almost get further, but don't need to risk it too much.
I think they're talking about maybe trying to get both centers and rolling
7-8.
their shooter.
I think that was the call.
7/8 low.
Yep.
7/8 on the center line side.
Yep. Yep. Roll over to a corner, I believe. Yep. Exactly the call.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep!
Watch this red. Just clips it.
Nice.
Unfortunately, doesn't really roll to the corner guard for Bruce.
That corner guard.
Yeah, it's not guarding a whole lot.
No.
We stay
Guarding
frozen
empty
on here,
rear
and this
estate
goes
over
on their
there.
back. This probably kicks in our shooters here. Sure.
Yeah, it's sort of like
What are you thinking then?
putting an electric fence around a shack.
9-5? Or do you want to throw it softer?
Now we might see John.
No, I mean, could
Can
be.
he?
But I think we can stay with 3 in the house, stay kind of cornered on it, and this one goes.
Said what I was going to.
That's why I like this, I think.
I was going to attempt to say.
I think 9-5.
That's what I was thinking. I think he can remove one of the yellows and leave all 3 reds in place, sort of a 3-on-1 situation. Looks like a blank end to me.
Anytime there's no guards up when the third's first stone, I could feel that.
And 4 in the house?
Yeah.
You can feel the blank?
Yeah.
Bruce Mouat's out here, yeah.
Hard!
When you have 2 guys that can
Hard!
throw like
Gotta go!
6-second peels.
Hard,
yeah,
hard!
you feel that.
Oh boy.
Oh.
That's not the one. I wonder, I mean, I know that they didn't hit that exactly where they wanted to, but I kind of wonder if the shot that John called was even there with that weight.
Going close to this, but try and get it.
You know,
Doesn't appear so.
No.
I didn't get a good look at the overhead angles.
No.
It's hard for us to see up
Yeah,
here.
it's the furthest.
Okay,
The
just
sheet
throw
is the
this and then
furthest
try and
away
get
from
these
us
two
here in the
out. It
broadcast.
takes off that.
But how that reacted, that
They almost had to throw a
Trying to
gun
kill
at that.
the
It seems
reds.
like
I think
with
so.
where those two yellows didn't come
Yeah.
close to going.
Easy
out of the
peel.
house.
No.
Peel.
So this is this is not ideal for Team Shuster, to say the least.
Whoa. Curl.
Straight. Straight. Up.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard. That's good.
Okay, interesting. They said it's good. I don't know how good it is.
Well, yeah,
it's not bad.
I suspected there was no way to hit that and not jam
What
it
do you
off
like?
They're losing their back stone. But they
How hard do you want to throw
unfortunately
it?
didn't
Like
get
here?
John's out of the rings.
Yeah.
If you go over the top, though, it's no good.
Right,
Yeah, I've
so
heard from
maybe
a
it's
few of the
this then, eh?
curlers, the houses or the rocks or both are a little dead. Is that you're
Even
experiencing
nose
that as
isn't
well
the
out
end of the
there?
world. They got nowhere to roll to, so
Well,
there's good.
10-5.
no.
Okay.
What's that?
But I haven't played at 8 p.m.
Sure.
though either.
Right, true.
So
Different.
I could see it being a little stickier in the
Yep,
house
for
this
sure.
evening.
Yep.
We played just an 8 a.m. draw and a noon draw. So
Right.
and
And the
I-
8 a.m. draw was the first one of the event.
Yeah, exactly. So we haven't experienced too sticky of a surface, but maybe tonight things aren't popping off as lively as they would earlier in the day.
So hit and roll for Chris Plies here.
Yeah, you're right.
I
don't want to go there.
But yeah, you're right. We were maybe looking at a blank if that John Shuster rock had gotten out of the
Three-quarter.
house. But we may not be now. We'll see what
Gonna roll to
happens
that
here
red.
for Grant
You're
Hardy.
pretty close. You can almost roll over. You can almost roll over.
Okay.
Solid marble. Yep. Whoa.
So Grant Hardy looking to run this yellow back and roll over towards that red stone in the 12-foot.
Curl.
Just like that. Very nice from Grant Hardy.
Yeah, I agree. Natural.
Replay gets nice roll. There's a double there, but you might jam.
Do you think he goes by or red? He's never jamming, but oh yeah, half does it.
Yeah.
2 inches.
Yeah, just listen to John.
Yeah, he doesn't think it's jamming, so they obviously have a better angle than we do.
Yeah, I sense he can make this double and get it by. If it does touch, it's not jamming. It would still spin off, no problem. He would have to hit this very thin to actually jam. He would not be making the double by any means. If he was
So
hit it
a
that thin.
jam is disaster.
Oh,
A jam,
baby.
you're giving up 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this does look makeable to lie to.
So a crosshouse double here for John Shuster with his first.
Easy.
And it does indeed avoid the jam and makes the double look pretty easy.
Yeah, that didn't look,
Come over here.
you know, look kind of routine.
Yeah, not even close to jamming. Again, we are looking at the house from the side.
I
and it's
knew
the-
you
and
didn't
it's
know.
The furthest sheet.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're a skip, and you've been a skip for your whole life, and you're better than me. So what do you want, Mike? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
You just wanted me to say that? Okay.
That's why when I make a mistake up here, it's even worse.
Yeah.
You can really go at me.
But I wouldn't do that because I never like to make my partner look bad. But apparently that doesn't matter to you, so that's fine. No problem. Hey, it's all good, brother.
That's all I got on you. You're better at everything else than me.
Yep. Yep.
So this is pretty flat for Bruce. I think he's just trying to roll over in the vicinity of that redstone. And he does indeed do that, but this is looking like a force for John Shuster here.
As long as he's got to come off the winger first or something, he'll have it. 10-5? Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, I think as long as John doesn't roll closer to his own redstone, if he did that, there would probably be a reasonable double blank.
Yeah.
Nose, roll this to the side of the floor, and Bruce would be forced to one.
Nice to roll it between the foot and 4 feet. You're like, oh, that was good. Nose is not the end.
So this end was looking potentially dangerous for John Shuster, but not only managed to escape the danger, but may get a force here. Needs a little hit and roll. Final stone.
Close.
I'll pivot.
Hard!
Colin Huffman
Hard!
trying to hold this.
Hard! Right to it! Right to it! Right to it!
Shooting.
Really good.
Shots.
Nice sweep from Huffman. Good shot from Shuster, and Bruce Mouat forced.
Yeah, good result for Team Shuster. They kind of get back into that driver's seat, tied up, playing the sixth end with Hammer against the best team in the world.
Yeah, this is the best team in the field versus the lowest ranked team in the field. So you wouldn't necessarily expect a tie game going into 6, but that does appear like what we will have here. But that still has to be settled by Bruce Mouat. Final stone, open hit for 1.
Low 10s! 10-5, race good! 10-5!
And that's never in doubt for Bruce Mouat, so he will put 1 on the board. John Shuster will have the hammer in 6.
When you've conquered another game, enjoy casual.
Line's good. Here.
So it may not have looked like it in that 5th end, but another end with
Very narrow.
control for
Over,
John
Carl.
Shuster, and now really in control of this scoreboard as well, Mike. Tied 2-2 with the hammer here in 6.
Okay.
Kind of the, if you told John at the start of the game, you could be tied with Hammer playing the 6th end, John would take that any day. Never mind. Basically against anybody in this field, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
But definitely against Bruce Mouat.
Especially for John, yeah. As we said, they were I believe the 16th ranked team exactly when the invitations were sent out for this event, and then with the European Championships having happened and the Canadian Open in Nisku,
things shifted a little bit.
Things shifted, and they're now sitting at 20 in the world. So yeah, I think for them, any advantageous situation they would take here. They're actually the low American team now, not the low, but lower than Corey Dropkin actually. Dropkin is up to 18th after a nice showing for them in Red Deer.
Yeah, they've been kind of neck and neck in the standings, Team Shuster and Dropkin.
Yeah, Schuster's just had the advantage of being ahead of them in the standings when the Slam invitations go out. We did see Corey Dropkin at the Tier 1 Tour Challenge, but that was a tough event for them. They didn't qualify. They were also playing without Mark Fenner, who was injured, so that's back never easy. He is back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, short.
So yeah, they're the top-ranked American team. We'll see if they can squeeze into that top 16 for Guelph.
I love it.
You guys want to wrap in here once or go here? Calendar that'll be after Christmas in January, second week of January, the WFG Masters.
I'm fine with it.
That big sea loose.
I think we'll see the return of John Epping as well.
We certainly will. Yes, he's number 11 in the world right now. Been a lot of really good results for them this year. They won. They won again last weekend in Collingwood.
Easy!
They had also a very good run in Red Deer, losing the final to Matt Dunstone. And yeah, they just one of those teams, you know, they haven't played in really a ton of what you would call marquee events, but just goes to show you that if you play enough on the World Curling Tour and you have good results, regardless of events, it makes a huge difference. I think they've won 3 tournaments on the year. They've made a few other finals, and
they've had some pretty good consistency
for sure. Yeah, and so yeah, we will see them in Guelph. The new look team Epping playing with the Horgan brothers and Ian McMillan out of Northern Ontario this year.
So this is an interesting end for Team Schusters. We kind of look at the setup. The leads have thrown. 2 centers, corner, round.
Line's good.
It's an end where John.
Line's good. Hard if
You're not playing all out just to make sure you score one. You do want to take some aggression, try to score a multiple point end.
Really like just take
but it's also the 6th end is. It is an end where you got to be careful with how much risk you take. You really do not want to steal to go up on your board. So it's actually it's not easy to manage. So we'll see that in some of John's shot selections.
Roll over.
He will try to go for his 2, but
it does not.
There will be
but if
some
it
shots
goes
like
through
this
the hole,
where he tries to minimize
So he's got to make contact.
and opening up the middle definitely accomplishes
You let me
that
know
with
where you
his
want to
shot
see
call.
it, Colin.
I think that's close.
Okay.
It's probably more the timing that he will go on the offense in this end. He's got some cleanup to do before that, though, I think.
Yes, for sure. Colin Huffman looking to get his 3 lemons moving here.
It's through.
Uh-oh, don't hit your own.
That's fine.
Got close. Got close. You heard John say, I don't know. Never good when this skips going hard. Whoa. Ooh, I don't know.
Yep. It wasn't an angle that you anticipated looking at.
No, exactly. So yeah, just misses his own there. And I think we're going to see the chase here from Bobby Lammy.
Whoa. Cart. 11-5. Earl. Always have it. Gotta go. Right to it.
He's got some work to touch it. Oh, there she goes.
Just moves it enough. Not by much.
11-9.
Gets the job done. Nice carve from Hammy McMillan.
I don't
Like
suspect John will leave these hooked centers.
Maybe you could just nose it too, I guess.
Looks like you hit it.
Yeah, this one's probably not going out rolling this way,
I
but
think with the out turn, it's probably good.
you can roll a little this way and it'll go out.
I like that.
That's fine. In or the out?
I
As
still
long
like
as
out
you
here.
throw enough speed, you can roll either direction, to be honest.
Peel?
Yeah,
You know, if
nose
you're
is
throwing
fine.
peel, John, you hit the 7/8 either side, you can roll your shooter off the center area. As long as you throw hard enough.
That's usually not a problem for Colin Huffman.
Right to it.
Good, Matty.
He's half a stone, though.
Very nice.
touches that corner. Does it roll in? No.
Hey, just stop the clock wherever they are.
Look to me like you
Okay.
can you?
I think what Matt might have touched the corner.
Let's take a look here. No,
guard.
he's saying he touched the moving stone.
No, he touched the corner with his foot.
I think he was indicating that he touched the moving stone. Because if you touch the corner, this isn't a discussion. You just
On the replay, I saw him touch the corner before the moving stone hit the corner.
Oh, maybe that's what he's saying?
So then how much does the moving stone go? Because the corner actually got moved before contact.
Well, let's hear what they're saying here.
This is a tough one. I mean, it's a replacement situation. Bruce can either leave it as is or
Well, you know Bruce is going to leave it as is, because if Matt doesn't move the corner guard, then it ticks into the house.
It probably goes in the house.
So here, we'll take another look here.
Watch his back foot. Yep, there. You see him? He kicked it. Right off his back foot. So it's hard to say where that red would have gone. Like you mentioned, would have gone in the house.
Probably, yeah.
No, he moved the guard back.
Oh, yeah, you hear Colin saying it now, too. He moved the guard back, so if he doesn't move the guard with his foot, yeah, it probably catches a little more of that red and rolls into the house. So that's actually unfortunate for Matt Hamilton. I mean, for Bruce Mouat, nothing you can do there. You can't say, well, yeah, it would have ended up in the house, I guess. Like, that's impossible. So.
No, Bruce is only going to adjust things if, really, if there was some sort of benefit to Team Shuster. Bruce could have adjusted it so that, reasonably this might have been the position.
Yeah, well, and that's also, too, Matt didn't
Little
move the
tap
guard
on the
enough
high side
where
would
he
be pretty good.
Oh, it's obvious it would have done this.
just like
Exactly.
that? What's that? Yeah, I did. I got
So it is now
14-3.
Mouat line 2 here. Sorry, Mike.
No, just one of those weird ones in curling. I don't know that there's a different rule that can really, handle that situation. I think the guys did a great job.
So freeze here, Mikey.
Looks with the speed that Plies is throwing, that's what's on the table.
6-7. Easy. 6. Moving into let's go.
Great situation for John to go
Straight
on the
out.
offensive.
Easy.
No center guards.
Tiny bounce. Okay, straight then. Whoa, tiny bounce. Tiny bounce. Close. Tiny bounce. 2-inch. Yep. 1 inch.
Like I kind of talked before, managing the risk of the steal, that's off the table now, theoretically. This is a very low-risk steal situation, and now John being able to go on the offensive and Plies with just a beauty.
Really perfect, yeah. Throws it right on the corner.
And I don't think that's going anywhere. Not for this shot anyways.
Yeah, it looks like Grant is just going to try and
11-5. Well then.
nudge it. He's throwing 11-5.
Probably try to release it fully.
Yeah. Certainly with that weight, that's no question what they're playing.
Yes.
Gotta get by this guard kind of tight with this weight.
Oh, how good is that?
I think that's a shot, when you talk about watching
I don't know
curling.
if that changes anything or not.
Like the average curling fan doesn't know how hard that shot is. I think you see the crosshouse doubles, stuff like that. I think the average club curler goes, well, I can't do that.
But there's nowhere you can really go where they can't make it off of it.
Whatever.
But the difficulty is the same.
The difficulty was so high on that shot to make it the way that he made it.
Yeah, the same, or like you mentioned, maybe actually more difficult.
Yeah.
What's
really
that?
Great shot from Grant Harden.
This?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which is
spicy.
now spices away. I did not foresee this.
No.
This shot call, but that just shows you how good Grant Hardy
It's
shot was.
dead frozen. The angle's terrible for Shuster. Schuster is shot,
I think
but wouldn't be for long, certainly.
And the Schuster's shot, but there's just no room to spread out your reds now. Everything's sort of collapsed, and where do you draw?
Sounds good.
So you don't draw, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So this is not a call you'd see too often, but one being asked for Chris Plies here. The in-off to try to lie to Matt Hamilton, trying to make this curl. You don't want to fluff this. Oh, boy.
Oh.
That is
awful.
Worst case scenario, USA.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, too bad, especially with how good Plies' first one was.
Yeah.
You see there, just never really gave it a chance. Matt Hamilton was sweeping it for curl right out of the hand.
What's your other shot
Just
going?
couldn't find it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
and then he
really
goes
too
round,
bad.
half round it.
Again, though, not a great steal situation. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you didn't.
Let's do that, Bruce.
I was just about to jump in. Not all is lost.
Yeah.
Played this draw, I guess, already. Played this draw path already.
John might have to, on his first stone, make a shot selection that makes sure that he has a pretty reasonable, straightforward shot for one. We'll see where Bruce puts this.
In the 8 foot.
I think they're just drawing the side of the 4.
Yeah. Just lie 3.
Well, in fact, you probably do.
Yeah, this is one of those, I think, when you're Bruce, it feels like it kind of sucks a bit because you just got a big miss out of your opposition's third with the third's last stone. Usually in that situation, you're probably thinking, oh, hell yeah, we're about to steal, boys. But there's not really a great steal situation here for Bruce at all.
Yeah, get that killer instinct out and go for the throw, but there's really not.
There's nothing.
Even back tee's okay.
This is kind of,
When you go then.
for all intents and purposes, just play out the end, make sure you get the force.
I went here, but
If something else happens, that's bonus. But
yeah, just lie 3, don't set up a double, which Bruce does. Pretty much perfect, dead even. Dead even for fun.
Didn't even have to throw it. We could have just placed that. That's where he went.
Yeah. No, I don't think we can kill it, but I know if I'm rolling this way and catch a backside, just kind of if I'm side by side. Scoring's big. Just trying to. I think I still throw intern. Like that? Yeah. To make contact, I probably need 2/3-ish, eh? Yeah.
So you heard John say maybe the best case scenario for them would be to get a little lucky, catch the backside of that yellow and kind of roll in behind it.
Feels like this better than the hit and roll under.
More hopeful than anything. Certainly you're not trying for that, but you might get lucky.
Like kind of double-ish, but we're not going to kill them both. We're just going to try to catch backside. But I think this other one looks way more makeable.
You like just this? The thing is, you could roll out.
You're talking which double? Which one?
Bonk these two and just sit as close as you can. If they ever notice it,
You're talking bonk this one to the back one? Yeah, I'm not going to have a track with that. We're never playing it either because we got to score. Like right now is our one chance to go after 2. Maybe it is go under here and make them throw a defensive draw.
One's totally fine here too. Whatever you like.
All right, this is good, Chris. I think this is the most likely chance where maybe we're flying shot rock here.
You throwing the intern here?
Yeah, I'm throwing
I would not be interested in throwing the draw.
I got to
here.
hit 2/3.
Well, Matt was wondering about playing the straight back double.
Yeah.
And if Mouat was to make a small error, would they then consider playing the double off Mouat's next shot for 2?
Close.
John basically saying, well, we wouldn't play that because we need to definitely score.
Yeah, exactly.
First goes, Matt. First goes.
And then you heard John say the only way they could maybe get to is this, drawing around everything.
Yeah, that's good.
Forcing
maybe
Bruce
roll
to make
the other side of that.
Defensive draw, but for Bruce, if he's kind of anywhere in front of it, line shot, you're drawing for 1, and you're probably shrinking your scoring area. So.
All right, right to nose.
This is that was probably the best call for John, and heard Grant say just right on the nose here for Bruce.
Right in the nose probably forces John to draw.
Where'd you want to roll to? Where'd you want to roll to?
I want to nose it.
Hey.
Yeah, I like the nose too. If you roll, let's say you roll towards the center line, not that far, you actually give John an easier shot for 1. He can come off that into the side of the yellow, like a catcher. Nosing this, I think it forces John to draw. Or close to it.
Wait, scared?
Yep.
He won't be able to play a straightforward hit.
Hold tight. Move. Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Good shot. Nice.
And right on the beak for Bruce Mouat. So they lie 3, and John Shuster will be drawing the 4-foot against that.
This should be a path they know pretty well. Can kind of take ice out into where the draw of the buttons would be, where the ice for throwing centerline guards would be. John should have a very good idea how to throw this.
I feel like we haven't seen John throw a draw in a while.
That's the only
I don't know when the last one was, but
it's been a bit.
It's been a bit for sure. So yeah, that is.
Just by the time you got to where you are.
Hearing the time and feeling the time are different things.
Absolutely. So final stone for John Shuster. We'll see if he
Didn't feel
can
heavy to me, but
find that draw. Facing 3.
7-8.
Needs a bite of the forefoot.
7. Easy, Matt, please. Mine's nice. 6-7.
Please, that's nice. Easy, Matt, please.
Stay down. Just be on the good stuff now. Stay down. Very nice.
That's no mistake for John Shuster. Puts it right on the lid, and so it will be a 3-2 lead. Bruce Mouat will have the hammer in 7.
1, I love the lead. 14. Okay, perfect.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Break is over, buddy. We got tons of time. Oh yeah. For 2 ends and 2 times.
11-5. That's probably 12-5 big roll. 6.
12-5. Should be a little heavy.
Nice 3.
So another end in
Might be
which
curl.
John Shuster forced to settle
Probably
for
curl.
1. There has not been a multiple
Doesn't look
score
heavy
this
either,
entire game. Bruce Mouat
Looks like it
trailing
needs
by
everything.
1 here in the 7th with the hammer.
Keep pushing.
And I guess, you know, for Bruce here, Mike, you're in a bit of a tough spot because you don't want to only score 1 here. You want to go for 2. But you also don't mind leaving the blank opportunity open.
Yeah, where Team Shuster would not like to see that happen.
No, blank is a bad result for Shuster,
You know,
that's for sure.
To be honest, Schuster's looking for somebody to score here, even if
Wade's getting better.
they're
Still back.
even if Bruce is able to generate a 2, I don't think Team Schuster would be too unhappy.
Yeah,
with that
3
result.
for Mouat is the one they don't want.
Yeah, you don't want to force
14.
your opponent to a 3.
Yeah, I don't think they call that a force, do they?
No,
that's usually pretty bad if that's happening.
I've seen that happen though way too many times. I think you have too, John, where you try so hard to force your opponent to take a single.
Yeah. And often when that happens, it's like the 3 kind of comes out of nowhere. There's like some biter you're not even thinking about because you're just so dialed into the middle of the ice. And oh yeah, well, there's no way that's ever going to count.
Yeah,
Famous
you
last
leave a
words.
little too much shrapnel laying around.
Yeah, exactly.
But it would have been way
Well, that's
deeper.
tough for Matt there. Just a little heavy chaps off. And just giving you a little score update here in the other feature game we have with Tyler George and Chelsea Carey on the call. Matt Dunstone went down 3-0 early to Nicholas Adine, but he has fought his way back, and it is now 4-4. Adine has the hammer in that one, playing 6. James Craik was looking like he was maybe set up for a potential 2, but missed his first stone in the 6th, and so they ended up settling for a blank against Joel Retornaz. Craik has the hammer, down 3-2 in the 7th. And Romsfjell and Jacobs having a similar game to ours, only 1s on the board. That game is tied 2-2, Jacobs with hammer and 6. All games available on Home Team Live.
5-4. Tarzan. 5-4. Oh wait. Hard.
That's pretty good from Hammy McMillan.
I think it's tapping it a little, nose or just inside of it.
I don't like him going the other way because we don't know.
T-line.
He's good.
So
Same as 2 ago.
John looking to just tap this lightly, the center yellow stone, just kind of releasing it so that it can actually be cleared later on in the end. Just giving it a nudge. But don't think that as a thrower, just throw T in.
Yeah, let the sweepers handle the nudge part.
Yeah, exactly. Even throw top 4. You don't need to be all the way there out of your hand. other guys can make up 3, 4, 5, 6 feet.
Come on, Maddie.
Keep going. Keep pushing. Need it all.
Matt, push. Come on, Maddie.
Need it all.
Okay, forward.
They do get the tap. I don't know.
I'm not sure that's
I was going to say.
great.
That was my exact
If you
thought
can,
as well.
yeah. Probably can.
See if Bruce can get under.
For a little more if you want. I've got, like, it's edge on most entry there. Okay, 3/4, back 8. Can I play more weight and kill one? No, too hard. Probably not. You're always touching our yellow on the way past. Okay?
So yeah, I guess you heard them say the way the red rock is set up and where the guard is, Bruce thinks they can never get inside of the red enough to get it by their yellows. So just playing
Not with enough weight to actually kick a red out of the ring.
Back forward.
We're just going to jockey for position right now. Just kind of try to move these reds around. Get underneath the guard.
Light. T back 4. Whoa. Yep.
Something like that. It's getting crowded in there.
It's pretty good, yeah.
John does have, as I'm looking for Team Shuster, John's got a nice little kind of wall to draw up to.
Right to it.
Are we trying to move anything or no?
I don't think so. As long as you get between these two rocks and stay on this, you can move it a little, it's fine, but freeze is good too.
Let's make it good. That time was great.
So you heard John say just a freeze or a small tap here for Colin Huffman. This is more of a line shot than a weight shot. And speaking of line, Plies and Hamilton on this right away for line. Oh, this is light.
Really?
Hard! Gotta bounce off that guard. Straight, Chris, keep pushing.
Way light.
Gotta bounce. Bounce it hard. Not on that one.
This same path, Colin was quite light a couple ends ago as well. I don't know if it's a stone and path combination or what, but it was exactly that in-turn that he was well short on.
You can never get hair inside, it's real good.
If Bruce can nose the red
Nose is
with
obviously good as well.
back line or so weight, sit right on top of the red. Oh,
Back line.
We're in the danger zone.
Schuster's in a world of hurt.
We're in the danger zone.
Back 12. Okay. I got 12 5. Make sure I get inside. Yeah. 12 5. Even 13.
This is a big shot for both teams.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, we've seen Shuster play a pretty consistent game. Mouat has
Weight's good. Let it go. Back 8. Really gotta go.
not been as good as we're used to seeing them, but this could really get them set up here. But Lammy leaning on this one as well. Got to get by that center guard. And they're by. Now can you move that red at all?
Not much.
Not much, but that's it's a lot of lemons.
Looks like it should.
And you can't see any of them
I mean,
that
I think we gotta run this one.
That's the problem.
Looks like dead nose to me.
Well,
So
dead
you go
nose
look
is
on the
probably
replay there. I
just
think they would have liked to
stuffing
move
here. I
that
think it
back
might
red a
even,
little
like,
more, but again, you're
I think we want to hit it.
those
No,
yellows
no, I
are
know.
in
I
really
just-
good spots
This
for
is
Mouat.
going off the
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and it's
Do
dead
not
nose and just
see a
it's
place
gonna
to
go
draw
spinning.
or
This
freeze or
this
tap.
actually might catch
No,
two
this
and
is
just
a-
leak
this
back.
is a
I think
full
it
send
does.
here.
Okay, so it might close
I
to
need
dead
to
nose.
hammer something.
Let's see.
If he hits it dead perfect, can he flush it right on the nose? Can he get 3 yellows spinning out? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
The one yellow is actually going to kind of glance off the red and keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 for sure.
He would be happy with that.
Yeah. But yeah, you might be right. There might be a way that you get 3 going, but we have seen these houses be maybe not as lively as we're
Might not
expecting.
spin quite as far.
Yeah, we'll see here. It's definitely going to be humming. Chris Plies.
Hard! Whoa!
Yes!
Yeah! Hard!
Get it out. Back one.
Well, they got 1 yellow out, but that's...
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Top 4.
They're in some trouble here.
Yeah.
So this is top 4 as well. Try and
Kind of
put
got
this
the 3
level.
moving, but only one left.
Not enough.
Fully 4.
And it's not only that, but all the yellows are spread out now too. So there's not like an easy. There's not an easy ejector seat you can push here. You're trapped in the cockpit here if you're John Shuster, and the helicopter's on fire, baby.
And you're just hoping for a mistake in depth in this shot by coming down by Hardy. You know, anything deep. Anything deep gives John an out.
Curling hard. Really curling hard. Gotta go. Hard line. Line only. Clean. Top 4. Top 4. Yep. Fully full. A little bit.
It was a little deeper than they called, but I don't know if it's quite the mistake John Shuster was looking for.
No, he would have loved to see that slide a little bit further. The reason being, if that does slide further, John Shuster can freeze on and actually be second shot. But I think it's stopped in time that a freeze, he would be third.
What's that?
Team Mouat would still be line 2.
Yeah. I mean, even if you just tap it 8 inches and sit here, it's not terrible.
I think he still has to.
I mean, as long as we're third kind of deal, and they're going to have to.
For Team Shuster, I think he still has to follow it. You see anything else, John?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, even running the red guards, you're never getting rid of more than 2 yellows.
To be honest, the red guards are probably your savior and late in the end. He's got to get something in behind.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you. Well, yeah, it's that's what I was going to say. Like if you run it back, even if you get rid of those 2 yellows, it's not that good. It's not that good for you. So, yeah, no, I think you're right. I think this is just you. This is kind of like you draw one in here and you pray it ends up counting for something.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Jacobs in a little bit of trouble here right in front of us. Magnus Ronsfeld lying 3 in the forefoot. Brad's got to draw a side for 1.
Easy, straight, hard.
We're right over that sheet.
Yeah,
that does not look pretty.
No, it doesn't look fun. We'll keep an eye on that
hard. Keep pushing.
So this one gets by the guard for plies. Now,
pretty good.
That's a great result, I think.
Pretty good, yeah.
Did you see how much that was under the guard? And they're able to tap that behind the tee and stay about 7/8 buried.
Well, it's like you said. There's a lot of finish if you have
you can nail
powerful
the weight.
sweeping and nail the weight, and we certainly have that with Colin Huffman. So we'll see what Team Mouat's seeing here. They haven't taken a timeout, but they are going to be discussing.
Not loving that.
Uh-oh.
Looks like the red's coming this way, right?
Uh-oh.
They also have this shot to lie 2.
It's a steal of 2 for sure.
Play this.
Just heavy.
Yeah, then they
Straight
tap
heavy.
freeze.
Might be steal of 3 actually.
Timeout.
So now the timeout called. Michael Goodfellow will come out from behind the bench.
First thought was maybe this.
That red's gonna hurt us. What about trying it this way? It's only ever coming off the back of that. Might pick that red.
Okay.
Quarter. Just to push that one there.
That just
Your
shows you
hair
how
thick,
good
it's okay.
Team Shuster still
Oh, from here,
is.
it's like I just played a single peel.
Yeah, and on to this.
It's that good. That
Really hard to touch this one, actually.
there's not something like really apparent for Team
Nice to nick
Mouat
it.
to play.
Possible, nick it.
And how do you access
way
it?
to go
How do you
straight back
remove
with
it,
the nose
right?
of the floor.
I was surprised that
I think they looking at blasting the front.
So it sounded like the conversation was actually to hit.
If you don't put this in the perfect spot, then it makes that pretty simple for them.
Oh, we'll just listen to the
Even
first
if we
one.
make that and use those tap, tap, tap again, he's sitting 2 on us. I like this. I don't mind throwing like a quarter in this and try to nick that just like here. Okay. I just don't ever want it to come here. That's the only thing.
Well, that was their first call was actually what they're doing, which is to.
I think even if I hit it really thin, it's almost not coming there, I don't think.
Don't think it's ever coming this way anyway, but...
Quarter and hope it still picks that one.
Okay.
They're trying to not necessarily play the straight double peel, because you could do that.
Yeah, it can help that one.
They're trying to hit this one on
like
the
this
left
one.
as we're looking at it. It's
It
a
would be
hair
nice to move
lower
that one
than
as
the
well.
other one.
I'll try
have
it.
it come straight.
Catch the back of this red stone and then come back onto this. So the right stone, as we're looking at
I'm
it,
probably
they're
with
trying to hit that. They think it might catch a little bit of the back of that red stone beside it, and then come onto the red one in the house.
Yeah, and then fly into that situation.
Yeah. So, yeah, can confirm it was a steal of 2 for Magnus Romsfjell, so they lead Brad Jacobs 4-2, and Ben Hebert just hogged his first guard in the 7th, so might be some trouble there for Team Jacobs, but we'll see. That game streaming for you on Home Team Live as Grant Hardy gets ready to throw the missile here.
Let it go! Hard! To the red.
And gets that extra red, so that now makes that red stone in the house quite lonely.
If Ben Hebert misses his next one, the health and safety of the ice is in jeopardy.
It's in jeopardy, yeah, that's for sure.
I think we got it. I mean, you just got all the way there from here with that tap weight.
Oof. A lot of lemons, as they say, still kicking around.
A lot of lemons in here.
And
Yeah, starting to look like a Vegas slot machine.
And for Team Shuster, probably not going to hit any of them.
Yeah.
Nope. You almost can't.
No.
Yeah, 13-9.
I'm guessing we're seeing a tap here.
That freeze.
Oh, just dead freeze. Okay.
Whatever. This is probably a foot more room than Chris had. My only concern.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Chris, this is a significant more than you had. Yeah.
You want to go back down there or you good?
No, this is good. I got to throw you guys like 95?
Yeah. Chris just threw 4 hours.
Okay. All right.
First rock for John Shuster and number 7.
I put him
like 6! Easy!
Looking for a freeze, still trying to get his team out of trouble.
7! Got a curl!
Keep
Just
going!
a 7! Keep going!
Keep going!
Hard!
Deeper than it! Deeper than it! Deeper than it!
Good.
So it was a tap to freeze. Didn't quite hit it exactly where they wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think it's good enough.
Good result, rolling that shooter low
Yes.
enough that Bruce just can't come right back off it. Ooh, that was dangerous. The line that was coming in was...
Got a little scary for sure.
There. Have I got any of this, Bob? Sorry? Have I got any of it?
I thought so. No, look at here. You can just put it into there.
Yeah. I'll try and lie 2 for now.
Yeah, if he pings the 2 of these somehow.
And I'll try and
that
pick it.
for 3.
Okay.
Or pick for 3. Yep.
Even if you roll into it.
Yeah, this can go if it needs to.
Yeah. As long as
3
we're lying.
freezes, you might have like a really thin one. Yep.
Okay.
Control.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So enough
Nice
for
weight.
the pay. I like control. Yeah. And get it right on top of
Yep.
you. 9.
Yep.
Interesting shot call.
Alright. Did he kick curl better?
Little hit and roll to the sort of back side of the button.
I think so.
Kind of running into his own, essentially.
Yeah, he said that they don't mind moving it.
Yeah, it's really only helping John that rock's there.
For sure. Yep.
Control's good.
Yeah, change the angle a little bit maybe. And again, if this is made the way they want it to be made, it'll be Bruce Mouat lying 2, 3, maybe 1, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Making John having to be very precise on his
Yes,
last.
exactly.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Curl. Hard rolls. Hard. You're gonna go hard.
It's exactly as they called it.
Line 1-2.
Line 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Nice. 2.
And probably scrape it just far enough and
Are
roll
you
back
worried
here.
that
And I
he'll
think
just play the pick, make it for 3?
Yeah, I mean, we could. Because right now, say we make this double and don't click this, even if we click it on the way by, he's just playing this for 3. I mean, because I don't think, does he have any of this back red?
Yeah.
I know, but he can probably play it with freaking board if I just roll 2. Although the only thing I guess is if we get this thing scraped or it's but we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack. What?
12.
I just don't know if I can see enough with board to even stay in the 4.
Okay, I kind of like the hat cam right now. That's a fun look at the house.
That's fine.
You guys,
There's no way.
I think 12.
There's no way to roll here where he's going to play it this way, is there?
I mean, there probably is. There probably is.
So for John, is this just trying to think about
Hey, you guys want
only giving up 2 here?
We're good.
Well, and his concern is the weight,
I think
for how much he can see of the yellow on the button.
I mean, really just want to roll
The weight that he wants to throw to actually move both yellows. He doesn't think he can really stay where he wants to stay.
I think it's got to be 12.
So yeah, if you
That's the
ever
check.
lost your shooter, right,
12,
playing that
same
weight,
rule.
you're dead.
I think that this has to be 12.
Okay,
I only have a small 2
So he's just, I think, trying to hit this yellow one, push the one out of being shot, and you're essentially giving up 2.
Probably.
Yeah, or hoping that he's only giving up 2. Last rock, sorry.
There might be a perfect spot where maybe John could move this enough to actually lie 1-2, but I'll let you go into your last rock thing.
No, you're good. You're good.
He needs to wire by, though, John. Do not touch the red. Oh,
good enough.
How good. Is that good, though?
Is that good? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Can Bruce pick off it? Did he move that back yellow just a little too far?
Is it still a catcher?
Yep.
I think this might be there for a
This way's better, no?
I think Bruce can get that flying, can't he?
I think so too.
Kick the red out the side, the red that's in the open off the back yellow and kind of spinning, flinging out. Would it be for
this, so what's this like?
4?
2/3.
3 or 4?
Spinning off here.
Yeah, it depends on
3?
how many of his own yellows he loses, but
Yeah, 2/3, I think.
4?
Need big peel.
Yeah, I think you could make it for 4.
This gives us a solid peel.
yeah. Yeah, I think you're losing your 1 back yellow for sure, but
maybe 2 back yellows.
Maybe 2 back yellows. So that's the one worries. You maybe, well, not worry, but you're losing maybe 2 back yellows. You're maybe also losing, or you're maybe also not moving the red far enough,
the
potentially, the high red. But yeah, I think if you make this exactly the way you want to make it, it's for at least 4, maybe 5.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3, maybe 2, maybe a steal. Who knows? It's a big shot here for Bruce Mallett. He's throwing a gun. And McMillan trying to make this curl. It sounds close. He's got 1. Does he move that one far enough? He does not. So it was there for 4.
Dodge the ball.
And John Shuster, Matrix style, dodges that one. He will take the hammer into the 8th. Tie game. Don't go anywhere.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, where your place. Locally, enjoy casual.
Well, John Shuster dodges a big one there, Mike McEwen, as we just discussed it in the break. Certainly looked like with
Line's great.
how those rocks came off, if Bruce could have hit that just that little bit thinner that he was trying to hit it with, that was a potential shot for 4 or 5, 3 for sure. And instead just settles for the single point, and now John Shuster has the hammer here in 8. A good spot to be if you're John Shuster. He's already beaten now world number 3, but former world number 2 Brad Gushue. And maybe he can get the world number 1's name in his back pocket here too with a good 8th.
Yeah, there's no pictures on the scorecard. All I see is a force of 1 and 7. No matter how they got it. John has a team been in a control situation against Bruce Mouat in the slam?
Well, I mean, I gave you the numbers, right? It's like they outscored their opponents 91. I did the numbers wrong earlier, but it's 91-41 through 14 slam games this year so far. So I'm going to go with no.
No, Bruce Mouat has not had to steal to win a game.
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah.
But most of his games don't even make it to the 8th end. So the fact that you're not only in the 8th end, but in the 8th end in a control position.
It's close.
If I was to guess, I don't think anyone has had Bruce in this situation yet this season in the Grand Slams.
Line's really good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Good. Nice. Good at me.
So it is possible, is what you're telling me? What I'm seeing?
It's possible. It's possible.
Thank you, John Shuster.
Yeah.
I believe.
You believe, yeah. I mean, he did lose just 4 days ago to Mark Moskowitz in the Euro final. So maybe it was Mark, the first one to prove that anything was possible. And certainly, yeah, in a matchup of number 20 in the world versus number 1, got to give a lot of belief to teams maybe ranked number 8 or something similar.
Yeah. Is anyone basically sitting on their couch, clenching their fists? Maybe they put a nice little bet on Team Shuster today.
Oh, man, yeah.
Those would have been quite some odds.
I got to think Shuster was probably a solid plus 350 coming in here, maybe even
more.
longer, yeah.
Johnny has been known to beat giants.
Yeah, he's been very good at that over the years. Can't win an Olympic gold medal without doing that.
Line's good. Line only.
And as we said, just beat Gushue at the Pan Continental a couple weeks ago as well. So we'll see what happens here. Bruce Mouat's going to need to have a really solid 8th end here, and that's a good start for Bobby Lammy. Matt Hamilton making those 2 really great draws, and Bobby just coming around everything, no problem.
It just goes to show you, even Matt's is almost 4-4. And they actually didn't get that tight to that situation and buried that yellow fully around those two stones. So it just shows you, even in the top 4, you can get around back button shot and cover.
Wait, he's even.
No, Colin, you're not shot. So the single peel of the top one, and now we will see Bobby Lammy put that one right back.
Close there, I think. Easy. Yeah. No, we're there. Line's good. Line's good. Tight. Over and up. Over and up, guys.
A whole bunch of tight games, John, across all 4 sheets.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we haven't seen that too much. It's been pretty consistent. We've seen some blowouts in every draw, but yeah, everyone tight here. 4-2, Ramsfjell over Jacobs. Jacobs with hammer and 8. 3-3, Retornaz Craik. Retornaz with hammer and 8. And 5-4, Edin over Dunstone. Dunstone with hammer and 7. As the peel made there for Colin Huffman.
Yeah, basically Team Mouat setting up those centers essentially perfect. Tons of space between them and dead lined up. I'm not sure there was really realistically a double peel.
There hasn't been a double peel on
Huffman.
any of them. No. They had the first one from Hammy up perfectly, and then Bobby Lammy replacing it perfectly. We'll see if Grant Hardy can do the same here. Usually this is a shot that's a little easier for front-end players. They tend to throw this one guard a little more often.
I don't love throwing these personally myself.
Yeah, no, it's tricky. It's tricky, and it's funny, not that, my career is whatever, but I played with a skip who had a really hard time throwing guards. And it's actually amazing how that can really hurt you, And again, as a skip, you're not throwing guards too often, but if you don't have the ability to throw a perfect guard when your team really needs it, it can hurt for sure. And Grant Hardy, obviously one of the best in the world, so he makes it no problem.
Look, that looks like a picture. Did we rewind?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, and like you said, they're dead lined up, and the gap between them is huge.
Both going.
You want to take a swing?
They're just debating if they want to try the double. I guess the problem here, Mike, is if you miss the double, then you're leaving your red one up there too.
You sure are. Yeah, if you're going for it, you're millimeters away from something awful too. It is that tough a shot.
Oh. So just like that.
Okay, Chris.
Sorry, Chris. I'll take the blame.
I think we are another one. I think so, Bruce. Okay, well, I think we would have been playing it on the out turn. I think we would have wanted to lock it on your side.
And then the one thing with playing those is you can accidentally roll your shooter to maybe block a draw path later in the end that you might need.
For sure.
So that is also a concern.
Yeah, no question.
I don't think that rock, as it sits, that the red high stone is going to be an issue for say, a draw. But it might impede some sort of shot, though, into the house. Another option that John might have to get out of trouble. We'll have to see if that becomes a problem soon.
Wait's good. Line's good, easy. Over curl.
John Shuster does have the out-turn draw to the button to follow sort of what Team
kind of with these panicking, yeah.
Made earlier.
Time out.
They got it. It was running.
It's on the other side of the area, John.
You got to look. Are they up high?
Yeah, they're just down from us.
Okay, yeah. We're pretty high.
We're high, but
I didn't know where to look either.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The only thing that we could do up there right now is we could play it through the hole and open them both up. That's the thing, is we open this up to get potentially to here.
My only problem is if
they make it. I know.
do that, they do it.
I know. I think they're gonna do it too. So I think it's Chris right now. I agree.
I wondered
and even if
they
you're
would
here,
go now.
we got a chance places. But let's just make it good here.
Yeah.
Top side of T line.
Especially with how we've seen Bruce draw. I mean, that's just a general comment, but also today he's been really dialed in to draw weight. Yeah, if you peel these guards and Bruce beats you there, you are in jail.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the situation. The guards are so perfectly awful for Team Shuster.
Totally.
That I think they're forced to go to the button now.
So a round of applause. As we said, all the games were close. Matt Dunstone had kind of a hero shot to try to prevent Nicholas Edin from stealing two, and actually ended up pushing one of Nicholas Edin's stones into the button to score three. So steal a three for Nicholas Edin, and that is an 8-4 final. That'll improve Edin to 1-1 and drop Dunstone to 1-1. So this is a huge shot here for Chris Plies. Has to get here. So they are in trouble. Hamilton and Huffman leaning on it. You got to get by these top reds, and they just won't.
We are crushing your routes in this game.
It was by.
I think they touched the yellow guard.
Touching the guard,
Yeah, you heard Colin. Colin said we are crushing your rocks this game.
You're all good.
Yeah, big boot, but that ended up in a really bad spot for Team Shuster.
Not only,
I think we're half in line with this.
It didn't really overcurl for, if we're talking about distance. if they had got the distance they needed, I think the line would have been fine. But that's sitting, John. That's sitting on an edge, is it not? Which is now they can't use it. It takes 2 shots to get access to that back yellow, and Team Shuster only has 2 shots.
The helicopter is on fire, Mike.
Any ideas?
It is engulfed in flames. John Shuster is trying to find the eject button, but he doesn't know where it is.
That's good then. That's good. Just play this is going to be 3 feet, 4 feet slower.
So just a guard for Bruce Mouat, trying to make sure that John Shuster can't ever promote that red stone.
Line's good. Halfway long. Lots of room. Line's good. Lots of room. Halfway. Waist good. Lots of room. Hammy, stay close. Waist good.
This is looking like Bruce is
perfect. Overkill.
gonna dodge a bullet here and go to 15 straight. Unless John can
made the perfect guard.
John's gonna have to make 2 really high skill.
Time out again. Second one.
They've only got 2 minutes left, so they're using their last time out. But John's gonna have to make 2 amazing shots here, back to back.
James Craig just made one of the best freezes I've ever seen.
We were just talking about going yellow here.
Absolutely
and just
married his rock to the Joel Retornaz stone,
and
with no guards,
yellow,
and Joel can't even power it out of the house because Craig has a kicker.
We could do this as well.
And so Retornaz is going to play a thin in-off to try and squeeze this red one off the button. What a unbelievable shot from James Craig.
Otherwise, Joel could actually throw a BB and blank the end and go to an extra.
You could send that one over there and maybe open up the draw path.
That's also there. There is an intern, I think.
So final stone for Joel Retornaz.
Of which 2?
And just tick
it's close.
I just don't know that we're going to leave ourselves with a shot making that even. So
what a win for James Craig. That is one of the best freezes I've ever seen in my life.
The high side and make the dragon. Yeah, exactly.
4-3 winners. So, James Craig improves them to 1-1, drops Retornaz to 1-1.
So as I'm looking at the situation,
pretty close to nose, obviously. So I mean, there's possible.
Shusty's got to make some noise here. He's got to send something back into his reds.
I think I like that.
Something needs to come back there. Otherwise, he's going to have no shot on his lines.
Oh yeah. So as you said, Mike, it's not going great for John Shuster here. Needs to get some of these guards moving to give himself any chance with his last. Got 1 guard.
Okay.
Got 2 guards.
Sit. I like that.
Okay.
That's something.
That's something you could maybe use for an in-off.
Almost I should have to plug that hole up there.
Yeah. You know what? That's a great result. John actually has 2 shots now. The problem was if John runs that and doesn't create 2 shots, Bruce just takes away the other one. But John has an off the guard. He tipped over the side. And he does have through this court with sort of a draw tap weight. He could tap those 2 reds as we're picturing. Tap that. I think that's his easiest shot, John.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I think Bruce might have to just take that away and let John Shuster throw the in-off.
Yeah.
Now it's tough.
I agree. Is there any play in the house here for Bruce? Would he ever consider playing the in-off?
As long as we're close.
That would be the only other consideration.
Yeah.
I think I don't know that he can draw to more of the button than he already has.
Well, I think if we cover the whole hammer anywhere,
as I'm looking on the screen, I don't think he can get more of the button by drawing than he already is sitting at the current moment. So I think you're right, Mr. Cullen. It's plug this hole or play the in-off yourself.
Yeah, choosing to plug the hole, which obviously I don't mind.
Yeah, I think that's the right call.
Yeah, and you just let John play it.
I think playing the in-off's a little crazy. I'm not sure what the odds would be of John making that. You know, they're not unreasonable though, but this is definitely the easier shot for John to try to win this game. So I think for Team Mouat, they would be happy with the difficulty level of Shuster's last shot.
Not far away.
Line's good.
Line's good. Waist good.
Still you, Hammy.
Waist good.
Still you, Hammy.
Level the red.
Oh, you're over curling.
Over curling.
Over curling.
Just.
Over curling.
Just level. Short of them now. Short of them now.
Yeah.
Shot, Bruce.
So Bruce plugs the hole, and John Shuster immediately goes to the in-off. And as you said, Mike, this is not easy. Weirdly enough, this would be recorded as a 7-3 victory for John Shuster if he makes this, which would be no reflection on the game at all.
Looks about a third of a rock. Not sure how my in-booth angles reading is at.
This is tough. As far as in-offs go, you know, usually when you think of a big in-off like this, it's flat.
This is, you know, the nice thing is but it's not like less than a quarter thin. So as a thrower, it's not too bad to look at.
Well, this would be one of the shots of the week if John Shuster makes it. Final stone.
Girl, easy. Whoa.
Does he have it? Yes, he does. What a shot, John Shuster. Oh my goodness. A third of a rock for 3. 6-3 winners over Bruce Mouat. Unbelievable. He was in jail all end. The helicopter was on fire, but he found the ejector button. What a shot from John Shuster. Bruce Mouat's undefeated streak at the Grand Slams comes to an end. John Shuster improves to 1-1. What a game for Mike McEwen and everyone here at Home Team Live. I'm John Cullen, and I need a cigarette. Good night.